find it even if you go to the UK, you'll never find people greeting like us. It's our unique thing. So I want our kids to welcome you their way, the Meetsi Ke Bophelong way. And we want to say, shine, Stacey, through shine.
Shine, Stacey, through shine.
Can you say it again? Shine, Stacey, through shine.
Shine, Stacey, through shine. Good news.
She's all yours. Over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your school and your space this afternoon. I'm really hot. I don't know if you guys are noticing. Taking off my jacket, wiping my face, but yeah, I'm not used to this heat. We're getting there. Thank you so much, guys, for welcoming me here. Before I begin, I just want to send out my books so that you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'll give one book to each row if I can, and you'll just pass them down to your friends so that everyone can see. I'm going to tell you the story about how I became to be an author. When I was 7 years old, this was way, way back in the day when we didn't have any cars, there was no internet, no electricity, we were climbing trees for fun. Okay, guys, I'm joking. Do I look old? Do I look old? No? Right. Okay, that's because I'm only 15 years old, only in grade 10, and I wrote my first book when I was in grade 2. Who was in grade 2? I know my grade 2.
Grade 2, raise up your hands.
One grade 2. When I was in your grade, I wrote my first book titled Smelly Cat, and I published when I was in grade 3. So grade 3s, I hope you're listening because I feel like I've met all my competition today. You guys have been the closest and most inspiring group of children I've ever met. And I think that I want to do more readathons just so I can see more children like yourselves who are so passionate. The speeches, wow, absolutely amazing. The topics you guys spoke and how well you spoke has really inspired me and intimidates me. Because now I feel like, it's my turn now to match you guys. As I said, I wrote my first book, which was published when I was 8. And the reason behind that, or the story behind that, was back in 2014, my mother graduated with her master's, a thesis in communications. And 7-year-old me at the time had no idea what a master's degree was, or that you had to write something called a thesis in order to graduate with your master's. So when we had the graduation, we had the party with family and friends, I noticed something. Everyone kept on praising this particular book. So small me put 2 and 2 together and came to the conclusion that my mother had written this book without telling me. So I then decided that, you know what, it's time for me to take revenge. I'm going to write my own book without telling my mom. So I went on this little secret mission, writing and writing and writing. The only person besides myself who knew what was going on was my older brother, who would help me with spelling of certain words. Because remember, I was 7 and I wasn't fully developed yet. So that is how I actually began. After the first book was published, I got a lot of attention from newspapers, radio, TV, and I absolutely hated it. I hated the attraction that I built onto myself because I never would have expected that me publishing was going to lead to 500 million other things. So I didn't like it until my mother read me this statistic from News 24, which stated that over 50% of grade 4 learners, 9 years old, cannot read or write in any comprehensive language by the time they reach that grade. And that statistic shook me because these were my peers. These were people who I was born in the same year with, possibly the same hospital with. These are people who I connected to even if I didn't know their names. So I took that statistic to heart and I decided that I was going to continue. and I produced my second book, Bob and the Snake. Alongside that, I wanted to now encourage reading and writing within my peers. So I told my mom and my dad, I was like, I want us to build this big center where I can invite old people and young people, and we can all ride in the same bus together and read to each other. And obviously, it was financially incapable for me to think like that. But I was young, I was ambitious, and my parents decided that we should start small. So the first thing that I ever donated was one of my books, but the most notable thing that I've ever donated was a computer to a young writer like myself who was extremely inspired about what he read and what he wanted to do. So after begging and begging my dad, we finally got that, and that went through. The same year I published my third book, Smelly Cats on Vacation, I launched my foundation, the Stacey Foundation, which is a foundation which focuses on both literacy and safety and security. So we run a lot of campaigns and projects where we try and partner with other organizations in order to make these things possible. So we have Auntie Dorcas here from the Stacey Foundation who handles everything, and I'm so grateful to have her support. Now, because it is a readathon, I was thinking that maybe you can have someone read just a little extract from one of my books. Who's willing to? Yeah? Both of you guys can come up, and then we'll pick 2 different books for you guys to look at. Come.
You can come to the front. Yeah. Go to the front.
Let's have her.
My name is Precious and my name is Mary. I read book 7. Today I'm going to read a book, and the title of the book is When to Choose by Stacey. The police are on their way. They say in about 10 minutes. He said and took in a deep breath. That will be great. One man spoke from the corner. I told you that this is news hype, the old man added. A few more people walked away. The old wise man looked happy, while Timmy's father looked even more worried. Before they knew it, the police were there already to her. They came in 3 police vans. 8 police officers in total jumped out of the police vans. They were ready to start looking for Timmy straight away. Some were talking on the police devices, while others went to listen to Timmy's father. He told them everything that happened, and all 7 of them went to look for Timmy.
Good day, everyone. My name is Rafila Manishi. I am a grade 7 learner. I'm here to read you a story about smelly cats on vacation by Stacey. Days went by when they stayed home. Mac and his family would play games like hopscotch, tic-tac, to cards, trades, and competitive drawings. They had a lot of fun. The family ended their first week with a Friday night meal. Namibia was known like South Africa. In Namibia, staying home was lonely because no one really visited them. They did not know many people in Namibia, and they few
Thank you, Godfrey. One more round of applause, please. That was absolutely beautiful. So a little bit bit about this book. The cats now have gotten over whatever happened in book 2, titled Smelly Cats, and now they've taken a trip to Namibia. Has anyone been to Namibia yet? Have you heard about Namibia? Yes, I've never been either, but I will go someday. And in this book, where's Tammy? Tammy is a boy who is just going shopping with his father when he goes missing. So it follows his father's journey on finding Tammy. So that is Where's Tammy. And in the rest of my books, I will be happy to explain to you all. But first, who likes snakes? Does anyone here like snakes? Because I have a snake in my bag. Who wants to see the snake? Who wants to see the snake? Okay. Okay. Can you guys see my little green friend? My little... Would anyone like to hold the snake? Who here likes cats? Cats. I have 3 cats. These are my precious babies. The people that I wrote in the first book. So yes, I have a special place. Take care of them, guys. I don't want them to be
Scared.
hurt or scared. Okay? Can I trust you guys? Right. So now I will continue with questions while your friends take care of my animals. If anyone has any questions for me about anything, I'm happy to answer.
Right, I'm here standing up. Hands.
Any question in any language, she'll translate.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ashley, listen to the question to
Before you wrote these books, what did you think?
Before, the question is, before she wrote this book, what was in her mind? Am I right?
Before I wrote my books, I think I wanted to grow up and become a chicken. I don't know what was going on in my small kid mind, but my end goal was to become a chicken for some reason. But thankfully, I wrote the books, and now when I grow up, I want to do lots of things. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow. Thanks for the question. Yes, another question.
What inspired you to write books?
So aside from the story that I told you about my mother graduating, blah, 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 I think what inspires me to keep on writing is just my love for literature and the way I'm able to tell stories about the people in my life through my books, mix match personalities, and interpret events that I've been through in different situations. So that is why I continue to write.
Right, thanks for the question. Maybe one last question. Is there any other? Oh, you want to ask? Okay. What do you? They all want to ask.
What did you to write the book about snakes? I think the funny thing about me actually writing is that I am not a fan of snakes or a fan of cats. I really love dogs and zebras, so I don't know why I didn't write books about them. But I honestly just, I don't remember why I wrote a book about a snake, but I think the dynamic between the boy who owns the snake, Bob, and his parents is more what the book is centered around and not really the snake.
Right. You know what, Stacey? Let's agree. I think there are so many questions here. I'll make them write the questions down. You will write the question. I think you have many questions for him. And I know, promise, remember what they talked about, promise, I think she will 10,000 questions that she gets, she will answer them and you will give them to me. Next, the responses. Is it okay? Is it okay, Stacey? So Stacey is done. Can we just give her a standing ovation and clap hands for her? Colleagues, wonderful guests, before she sits down, I want to tell you what I want to be when I grow up. When Meetsi wants to grow up, she wants to be like Stacey.
Yeah.
Next for me, I wish the department was here, but since Judith is here, House Poppy, you know we always have prescribed books, go to their Caesar. They help us in that time. But I wish that your books can be your prescribed books. These learners read and relate, because I think they are your age, they will be able to relate. And Stacey, to you, it's truly an honor and a privilege that you are here. We feel so blessed, we feel lucky and very fortunate. And yeah, keep shining that flag. And we love you so much. And remember, I want to be like you when I grow